Today we're here to explain our plan at reducing the volume of wastewater reaching the treatment plant, as well as improvement to the wastewater treatment itself. First of all, what is wastewater? Wastewater is any water that has been affected by human influence, such as using the sink, shower, flushing the toilet, etc. Once wastewater has been generated, it goes down the drain to be treated by wastewater treatment facilities. Currently, there are two plants that treat wastewater before it goes into the harbor. The one we are discussing today in Hamilton is the Woodward Avenue site, just past the industrial sector on the waterfront. Why are we trying to reduce our wastewater input if there are facilities in place? The wastewater facility has a capacity of 409,000 meters cubed per day, putting a limit on its ability to manage residential, commercial, and industrial wastewater influx. During events of high wastewater influx, water may enter the harbor directly without treatment. This has negative ecosystem effects and greatly impacts water quality. With a growing population, managing wastewater generation is of key concern. Additionally, residential wastewater historically has the highest contribution towards wastewater sewer flows at 65%. We believe this number can be lowered. Our method will involve implementing a Pigovian tax for going over a certain level of wastewater usage. This task we have been assigned is to provide an easy-to-implement strategy aimed at reducing the environmental impacts on Hamilton Harbour, to reduce pressure on Hamilton's wastewater treatment plant by changing the behaviors of its residents. A Pigovian tax is designed to correct market failures, and when considering the negative externality of pollution into Hamilton Harbour, the price of water and wastewater does not accurately depict this negative consequence to the harbour itself. As you can see in this graph, line S1 represents the current price of wastewater, creating a typically seen market quantity at equilibrium. By adding a Pigovian tax to line S1, we yield line S2, which better depicts the social cost and private cost. This in turn brings us back on the demand curve and lowers demand to our goal social optimum. By taxing consumers for excess water, we hope to reduce demand and better represent the social cost left out of the original market evaluation. The reason we have chosen a Pigovian tax stems from three key ideas. 1. Awareness. The tax placed specifically on wastewater treatment allows for awareness of personal water use to become more relevant, making citizens more aware of how much they use. 2. This method is very easy to implement. Water and wastewater are currently tracked through companies like Horizon Utilities, so this Pigovian tax would merely change the pricing scheme already present on household water bills. 3. Funds generated from the Pigovian tax would go directly towards wastewater facility upgrades, thereby increasing capacity and providing assets for growth and research and development for future wastewater management. How it will work. Currently, residents of Hamilton receive a hydro bill monthly or bi-monthly. This method already tracks water usage and wastewater usage. There is a split pricing method in place, one for usage up to 20 meters cubed bi-monthly and one above 20 meters cubed bi-monthly per household. We intend to keep this method in place to ensure companies like Horizon still meet their profits. However, we add an overage tax on predetermined acceptable uses to households depending on the amount of people living in each residence. This tax will be 4 times the current going rate for consumption block 2 wastewater usage, valued at $5.64 per meter cubed. Census data as well as homeowner surveys will be completed to determine number of residents per household, as well as the Pigovian tax will be used to more accurately represent usage. Here's an excerpt from a current water bill to a Hamilton resident in 2015. All values present for now and for the rest of the podcast are considered bi-monthly. The bottom half of the chart represents wastewater fees. The fixed fee represents daily payments for usage. Treatment blocks 1 and 2 represent different billing categories up to 20 meters cubed and then over 20 meters cubed. The total water fee for this house of 5 residents came to $108.34. Here's what the new water bill would look like using the same household. The hydro company maintains all of its original profits, but a new row is created for the wastewater Pigovian tax. The tax gets applied for 5+ residents, which equates to anything greater than 20 meters cubed. Since the household used 38 meters cubed, they get charged an additional $101.52 since they were 18 meters cubed over acceptable usage, billed at $5.64 per unit over. This changes the total cost from $108 to $209, equating to roughly $20 extra per person. Hopefully this encourages residents to have a better grasp of their impact and their contributions to wastewater generation. It is important to note the diversity of household sizes in Hamilton. The acceptable limit per household will be dependent on the number of residents living in each household. The tax rate will be the same per meter cubed for overuse, however the acceptable use level increases as number of residents increases. This will keep small and large households on the same playing field. Our acceptable use limits have been created from numerous household bills surveyed in the Hamilton area. 1 to 2 residents have a cap at 10 meters cubed bimonthly, 3 to 4 residents have a cap at 18 meters cubed bimonthly, and 5 plus residents have a cap at 20 meters cubed bimonthly. The Pikovian tax only takes effect after households of these sizes exceed these wastewater levels. It is important to note that Hamilton currently pays one of the lowest average residential combined water and wastewater charges. The tax will be put in place to change resident behaviors about wastewater, reducing influx into the treatment facilities and therefore making a positive impact on the environment. Incentives for residents. Firstly, residents of Hamilton will experience the positive effect on water quality, ecosystem health, and therefore recreational opportunities on the scenic waterfront. Secondly, in order to convince the people of Hamilton, without purely adding cost into their water usage, we will employ a tax rebate system which rewards good behavior. Here's how it works. When considering profits from the tax, 80% of the total will go toward facility upgrades to boost treatment capabilities. This is to try and keep up with population growth and also expand research opportunities at the Woodward Avenue plant. 20% will be dispersed evenly back among all residents who manage to stay below their acceptable uses. This means that using less can not only have you paying less, but also getting money back for good behavior. In conclusion, our method for reducing wastewater into the harbor is by introducing a Pikovian tax on wastewater. We believe this will fix the negative externality of poor water quality in the harbor and negative ecosystem effects. We have a tax rebate system to encourage residents to maintain good habits with financial incentives to produce less water paired with a financial disincentive if one produces more. Our easy-to-implement billing system simply pairs with the hydro companies already servicing households, and the money generated goes towards a good cause, bolstering our wastewater facility to improve our service and grow its capacity to work for us. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed it and will consider our proposal for reducing stress on the Hamilton wastewater treatment plants.